Good evening. What you've just seen from the President of the United States is a feeble attempt in an election year to provide more government giveaways, more aid for foreign countries, more debt for you, and more division for our great nation. This president continually asks Republicans, which side are we on? Well, I'm here to tell you, Mr. President, we, the Republicans of the U.S. House of Representatives, are firmly on the side of the American people. The divider-in-chief would have you believe that those who believe in the American first policies, truly securing the border, responsible spending, and tax policies that promote growth are threats to democracy. Nothing, Mr. President, could be further from the truth. You see, making America great again is simply reclaiming the hope of the American dream for all and setting us on a renewed course of achievement, prosperity, patriotism, and unity. The battle that we find ourselves in as a nation right now, pitting neighbor against neighbor, it's not a battle between two political parties. It is a battle between those who see themselves as victims and those who believe that every American has the potential to become a victor, to achieve the American dream, and not the American nightmare that this president is trying to sell us. Since his inauguration, President Biden has wrecked our economy. He deserted our friends in Afghanistan. He left 13 U.S. service members there to die. He has weaponized the IRS, the DOJ, and FBI against the American people. He has failed to secure our border with Mexico, allowing deadly fentanyl through that very border that has killed more than 100,000 of our fellow citizens. This president has allowed more than 8.5 million illegal aliens into our sovereign nation, and innocent murder victims like Laken Riley have paid the ultimate price. Some 20,000 Chinese communists have illegally entered our nation since October. And this president wants us to approve a Senate bill that will allow up to 5,000 illegals a day before we actually close the border? No thanks. This president right now has every power to secure the border. With more than 90 executive actions, he has stripped away the border protections under President Trump that were working. This body passed H.R. 2 in May of last year to restore the Remain in Mexico policies, to end catch and release, and to finish the wall that President Trump started. But the Senate has done nothing but volley back a half-baked scheme to allow some 5,000 illegals into our sovereign nation before we do something about it. Mr. President, secure the border now. The world is on fire, and this president is asleep at the wheel. His weakness and inability to make clear decisions and sound judgments have also destabilized our world. We saw the chaos when Russia invaded Ukraine. Hamas attacked Israel with the Houthi rebels attacking maritime ships. And China poised now to invade Taiwan and drag us into a conflict like we have never seen. Let me be clear, Mr. President. Americans deserve to know what the mission in Ukraine is. What is the end game, and why have you slow-rolled out the $113 billion in aid and armaments that Congress has already authorized, preventing Zelensky from defeating Vladimir Putin? Ladies and gentlemen, we are $34.5 trillion in debt, and that debt grows each day. We cannot afford to fund endless wars in Europe. It's also time to end DEI and CRT in our military. It's time to stop selling any land or property to foreign adversarial nations. It's time to rebuild our own military, boost recruitment, boost morale in our troops, patriotism in our young people, and offer our citizens hope for a better tomorrow. America has lost its way, and it's time for true leaders to guide us to all a brighter, more prosperous future. You see, leadership matters, and it is coming when we take back the Senate and the White House in November. We, the people, should all be wanting for and pursuing greatness for America once again. Strength and respect on the world stage once again. Strength in our economy once again. Energy independence. Strength in our military, and a secure border, and a resilience for the American people. You see, Republicans believe that the greatness of America is dependent on what we have in common as a people. We believe in an America that still stands for the flag, that kneels in prayer, that sits down with the family at dinner, that squats to the eye level of a child, and rises to meet the challenge of each new day. We believe in an America that lifts people up, that inspires and encourages, that finds solutions, not faults, and always asks the question, how do we get it done? So, Mr. President, enough of your blame game. Enough of gaslighting the American people. Enough of the deception and divisive language and actions. America needs healing, not hatred. Some 40 years ago, President Ronald Reagan said these very words to the American people: "The time has come to turn back to God and reassert our trust in Him for the healing of America." So tonight, let's do just that as a nation. This time is but a small blip in our nation's history. I believe in you. I believe in this great nation, and I believe that our best days are still ahead of us. Don't worry, folks. The sunrise is coming. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.